Just
They're gonna hurry up and come, man. This is no longer sit back DEFCON 2. This is DEFCON 5, man. All right. This is all hands on deck. Okay, everybody get to your stations, get to your battle stations. All right. And I got something in Ezekiel 36. It says, "Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord power to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which become a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about." So he's saying, hear me, all these places. I don't care if you in the mountains, the hill, and that just means different positions too. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. And all the heathens, even if you're not my favorite people, I want you to listen to this. "Therefore, thus said the Lord power, okay, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession." Okay? "With the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey." All right? And that's what you see today, man. Them gutter rats over there sitting in our land. You know, that came about by the Balfour Declaration. All right? And they was happy to take it. And then they sold his people. Okay? Happily. Okay? It says, "Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers of Salaki." "Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus say the Lord power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen." Okay? So you took on all the things that the Lord is against, man. Okay? That's why it's the shame of the heathens. He doesn't like all the things that you ever did. All right? Because you're born the shame of the heathen. What's the shame of the heathen? Eating abominable foods, doing wickedness. All customs that's not his. Right. You have borne that shame. And he's tired of it, man. And he says, "But ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches and yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come." And that's going in the sun. You know, but that's what we're doing, man. We're teaching the people how to come back to him. But all them heathens and all the Idumea, hey, man, y'all are done for, man.
2/3, man.
Yeah, y'all are done for. Because you born that shame. That shame of what? Being a heathen, man. Born the shame of the heathen. Doing unprofitable things. That's it.
I was outside of the temple.
I'm profane.
Profane, yeah, profane, yeah.
You just going all the way backwards, man.
I'm gonna go back to Isaiah 63.
Yeah.
Start at 4. "For the day of the vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury, it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth." Just verse 6. "I will tread down the people in my anger."
Come on, Yahweh said he will tread down the people in his anger, because he's angry for what they have done to the earth. Revelation 11 verse 8, he said, "Destroy them and destroy the earth." So it's coming for Esau, primarily for Esau, because Esau is the wicked, and for what Esau has done to his people and his descendants, you know?
Right. And himself as well. You know, because Yahushua said, he says he's going to come back, and even those that pierce him shall see him. So, he's coming with a vengeance, man.
That's right. That's why it's like the day is just in my heart.
Right. That's right, brother.
Yeah, and I will bring down their strength to the earth.
Bring down their strength?
Strength to the earth.
To the earth.
Your power,
Power,
Yeah.
their pride, everything that they stand for, their philosophies,
The idea, the way of life. Yeah.
Their power structure.
This is Luke 19 verse 27. It says, "But those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me." You know, I'm saying that the Lord's enemy. You know, first and foremost, our people 2/3, because that's who the Lord's going to start at. You know, so start at my sanctuary. You know, start at the house of Israel. You know, but initially Esau and other heathens, man, the ones who had their hands in the crafty counsel, man, to remove the name of Israel from remembrance, man. Them, but when Yahushua comes, they don't want the Lord to reign, man. They still want to see the glory and the power of the Lord, and they still gonna buck up and go against the Lord instead of just bowing out.
If I may add too, when this is so-called dark-skinned men, a big black dark-skinned men, they're gonna be shocked. They're like, oh, we're not gonna worship you. That's why it says bring hater and slay them before me. Right?
No.
That's perfect scripture. Revelation 9, verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, which is the prophecies that's gonna happen, the plagues, yet by the missiles and all that, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk, neither repented they of their murderers, nor their sorceries, nor their fornication, and nor their thefts. So with all that, the plagues come, they see the glory, and they still gonna go not bow down to the Most High and worship Him. They're gonna blaspheme Him. Especially with all the marvelous works, through like the plagues, through the missiles. They're not going to repent for their murders. They're not going to repent for their sorceries and their fornications and their theft, which they're guilty for.
Listen, you got something to say?
No, just agreeing with what he said. Just all hell break loose. Jake's still gonna be acting like a coon in the street, man. Be out there stealing, looting, doing stuff instead of trying to inquire, like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I mean, yo, what the hell's going on around here, man? And look for a prophet. They still gonna be acting like niggas, man. But
has to be destroyed. So hey, prophecy has to be fulfilled.
Come on, brother.
Yeah, it's second Ezra 13, because that was going to Esau.
Yeah.
They're not going to repent. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. And that's during, the melee that they're going to have, which is the biggest melee on the earth, is World War III, okay? So during World War III is the time that the Most High is supposed to show up, okay? Him and his son, and just like this brother said, they're not going to repent, they're not going to be sorry, but yet they durst fight. They're going to go against the chariots in Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man.
And that just shows the pride of them. They think they can fight against the Most High. They think they can go into the heavens. They think they could be the Most High, watch people, try to chip people. It's the pride of Esau. And it says pride goes before destruction.
And like I just read in Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, our people, they born that shame, man. They started acting like these devils that they've been round about for so long, man. Just like you were saying. They don't really care, man. But it's just that small remnant out of Israel that's going to be with the program. They're going to get back with the Most High, man. You see? And it says, let's read this a little bit more. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. And that's talking about the chariot. You know what I'm saying? Because all these fighting jets, they're going to come towards him, and he's going to be like, hey, wipe them all out. And it's going to say, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And that's what they seen, laser beams, man, going crazy. All right? And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So, hey, man, this is the great destruction this is one of the instruments that he's going to use for the great destruction. Okay? And then the other instrument that he's going to use is the nuclear missiles, you know? And I don't know if brothers got scriptures for that, but I'll start it off.
Yeah, come.
You know? Let me see.
Well, I got Second Ezra 16.
I'll start from Isaiah 34. And I'll start from the top. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Okay? And that's a future prophecy that hasn't came true yet, but it's on its way, you know? Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood. So he's foretelling what's going to happen. All right? Isaiah is, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falls off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. So he's counting the missiles coming down, but he's seeing the warheads falling. You know what I'm saying? Like the tip of the missile detaching from the missile itself. Okay? And he said, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curses to judgment. All right? So that's what those guided missiles are going to be. And when I'm saying guided missiles, I'm talking about ICBMs. All right? And they're going to go out of the Earth's atmosphere, and they're going to come back in on their target that they're predestined to hit.
Right. Just believe that the Lord's Spirit is on the missiles, man.
Yeah, to control it. As it says, you know, that this place shall be surrounded round about. You know? I'll get that while somebody else gets something else.
Yeah.
I want to take the missiles, right?
Yeah.
So I'll start at Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. Great, break it down.
Start over from the top.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountains.
So it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion. The trumpet is a musical instrument. It's loud. So we're giving all people warning.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is at nigh at hand.
Right, it's self-explanatory. Let all.
Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Oh, the day of the Lord is coming. It's not at hand. So you better get ready, or you're gonna get put to death.
Yeah.
There's no other option.
Yeah.
A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, that have not been ever like, neither shall be any more after.
Come, because after this war, this Third World War that is coming up, it's gonna be a nuclear war. There has been never something like that before. You know.
And the people that it's talking about is actually describing the nuclear missiles. Okay? Because after they've been used, hey, like it said in Isaiah the 40th chapter, you got it? No, Isaiah 40th chapter, thought you had it. that we're gonna use spiritual powers to get rid of all this stuff, man.
Right.
Okay, so that's why it said that it shall never be seen again, or it should never be mighty people like that again.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Even to the years of many generations. Verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Yeah, so that's talking about, like I said, the warhead, a fire devours in front of them, and a flame from behind them is a propulsion system,
Right.
okay, that a missile launches from, all right? So that fire before them is that nuclear payload that is going to destroy whatever it's set to destroy.
Right.
Sure.
The land of America.
Mm-hmm.
So the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them is a desolate wilderness.
Yeah.
And nothing shall escape them.
Yeah, so it's going to be greenery and then it's going to be burned ashes afterwards. Okay. It's going to kind of look like Syria, but worse. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I got what? I know you got something that's probably finished. You finished with that?
Right. This is Isaiah 9 and 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolling blood."
That's right.
Fine.
You know, when you look at the old movie, let's say 300, that was a good movie. And another one after that was another one before that was Brave. All these warrior movies, man, where it was an ancient antiquity.
Right.
They show you how they used to line up with shield, sword, a spear, you know what I'm saying, use horses, but men were getting dirty. They was getting down and dirty, like cutting off a head and blood splatter all over.
Yeah,
But you gotta keep
You
fighting.
had the knife, you had iron versus iron.
Yeah.
People shouting, you know.
If you ever watch Spartacus on Netflix,
Exactly.
that's how it is.
That's a good example.
Yep.
Because Spartacus he did have all the
Yep.
blood and gore and like that.
Huh.
Hey man, this is the battle that's fought with robed garments
Right.
and blood. Okay?
Right. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a missile. That's in the end.
That's right, brother.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring out Zechariah 14 to back up this, brother, and it said, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people
Right.
that have fought against Jerusalem." And when he's saying all the people that fought against Jerusalem, he's talking about his holy people.
That's right.
Okay, held us in captivity, held us down for so long, but they furthered our afflictions. Okay, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
They actually
Okay.
show you that, Salaki, bro. They show you that in the in that last the dream in the Terminator.
Yeah.
When with Sarah Connor, she had that dream, and the fire, the missiles came and hit the whole land, and she got burnt up.
On the fence.
Yeah, by the fence. Yeah.
And also the unknown, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, come on. So I mean, Hollywood, they know these scriptures.
In and out.
Yeah, and they know that's what's coming to America, because most of these movies, it shows America being destroyed by fire.
That's right.
You know, so that's how we know, well, ultimately through the scriptures, that Babylon is America, or America is Babylon, and also these damn Hollywood, the directors, and these crackers know. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's get
Yeah, I got a scripture, bro.
Go ahead. Bring it up.
2 Ezra 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shoot are sharp, and shall not miss.
That's right.
And when they begin to be sharp, unto the ends of the world.
End of the world.
So how can you shoot an arrow from one end of the world to the other?
Come.
You know?
You got to think that this is back in ancient times. You know, they didn't. The term back in those days wasn't, ICBM missiles wasn't the term.
Right.
So Ezra's, the prophet Isaiah, they envisioned the best that they could with what they were used to now. In those times.
In ancient times.
Ancient times. So when you see bow, they that's actually the missiles.
Like our elder Dama says, when a missile got stolen, it says broken arrow. Right?
Yep. It's military code.
Military code for sonic missile.
Right.
Con.
And the bow, you know, talking about them silos, that, you know, the missiles coming from, you know, and they are everywhere, man. Like brother said, coming from water, coming from mountains, coming from the land, you know.
Yeah, they got Psalm 7:11. It said, God judges the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instrument of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. And you know, if you, like I said, if you ever read Job the 3rd chapter, it tells you why the Lord is going to have indignation against this place. Okay?
You still got more, bro?
No, that's it.
All right, verse 14, back in chapter 16 in 2nd Ezra. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. And, you know, once they're shot, they're not coming back. They're not coming back down until they hit the earth, which ultimately is going to hit America. You know, America's going to shoot missiles out also to other lands. But this place, Babylon, is going to be utterly destroyed. It says in our Revelation, I forgot what chapter, I believe it's chapter 9, that John the Revelator envisioned 200 million.
200,000.
That's 200 million missiles.
Yeah, 200 million.
Hitting Babylon.
Right.
So, you know, when it says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it is consumed the foundations of the earth. You know? So it's going to utterly destroy Babylon. You know? Verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of the mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plague that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. So once the Lord put the spirit in them to shoot those missiles, and mind you, the Lord, it says his right hand is how strong is his right hand, because the Lord also going to have that his hand on those missiles, controlling it. Having his own GPS location.
Yeah,
His spirit.
His spirit of the Lord going to be on that.
Yeah,
Man, I bathed the sword in heaven, man. That's what you meant by that, man. The Lord's going to guide him.
So there's nothing America can do. They can't have any anti-defense missiles to stop 200 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the missile defense systems are shot. They can't do that. It says in Revelation 9:15, it says, and the 4 angels were loosed. Which 4 angels? The ones that held the 4 winds.
Winds, yeah.
Okay. Which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the 3rd part of men. That's just saying that they was ready at all times until the elect got sealed. So they was always prepared, like they was there, like, okay, we ready to go any day now. You see? And
what verse you on, bro?
That was verse number 15. Yeah. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the 3rd part of men. They was waiting. They was just waiting. Because it could have happened any time. That's what the scriptures say. We don't know the time nor the hour.
Only the Father.
Only the Father knew. So they just been waiting all that time for the elect to be sealed. Okay? And the number of the army of the horsemen was 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of Jesse and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. That's the missiles.
He's explaining the
Missiles, like how they were made. You see? By these 3 was the 3rd part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. The war hells.
The 3rd part of men is Esau.
Yeah, of course, because it said that in the scriptures. It said that its main objective was to fall on what? The land of Idumea. Okay. For their power is in the mouth and in their tails, for the tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they did hurt. Okay, so that's just going back into the missile again. Yeah, man. Hey, these things are going to happen, man, and they happening right now. You know.
It just shows that the Bible was written over 2,000 years ago, and it has missiles in it. You know, it has the day of destruction coming for Babylon. So, you know, those that don't believe in the Bible, well, hey, man, that's your ass. You got a date with a missile, pretty much. You got to take that chip and have it be missile food.
Name will be written in one of the Russian silos, man.
Yeah,
One of the missiles, man.
yeah, if the famine don't get you, if the civil unrest don't get you, the pestilence.
Missile will get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the missile is
Hey,
going to get you.
and ultimately too, man, the men of the Lord, man. 'Cause we are his battle axes, he said. You
Yeah,
know?
let's
That's
get
right.
that real quick.
Jeremiah 50.
Jeremiah 50.
Yeah. Because we are a part of that destruction too. We doing it spiritually right now, but on the other hand, when the Lord is back and He's reigning, then the mighty men are going to be back in their place, man.
Jeremiah 51, verse 19 reads, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance, and the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms."
That's right, and that's what we're doing right now. And then in the past, we did it before. Okay,
That's right.
but going into prophecy in the future, we're going to make right the nations, man. And with that rod of iron, man, that scepter that we're going to hold in our hand after the crowns have been given out to us.
That's right.
Okay? So go on, bro.
Okay. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
Somebody get Isaiah 40 and
With thee also
you know what I want.
will I break in pieces men and women,
Yeah.
and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman.
Okay, hold it right there. Somebody get the scripture where it says that children
Shall be saved by that 137.
prepared for slaughter.
Isaiah 40:21.
Yeah, let this brother get it. You stay where you are. And then you read this. I'll have you stop that from the top. About the shot. Go ahead.
But it says, yeah, I'm starting at 30, but this is Isaiah 40 and 30. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall early fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, and shall mount up with wings as eagles.
That's right.
And they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Yeah.
You know? Spiritual powers. You
Yeah.
know?
Isaiah 14.
Yeah.
Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, so that's how we're gonna break apart the men, the women, okay, and the husbandmen. We're gonna make sure that they're not going to ever rebuild cities again.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
Verse 22, for I will raise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant, and the son and the nephew, said the Lord.
Yeah.
Meaning
Yeah. So there won't be no remnant,
no inheritance,
no
no
inheritance,
heritage.
no heritage left, because we're gonna come with that rod of iron and we're gonna break that in pieces, man. Typically, it's for the Edomites, man. Okay.
That's right.
Because after 1,000 years of slavery for the other nations, okay, they're gonna get their fair share, man. They're gonna get back to their land, but they're gonna be under subjection, man. Okay.
You want me to go back to read Jeremiah?
Yeah.
Jeremiah 51 verse 22. With thee also will I break in pieces men and women, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid, I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will